Hey, this is Justin Newhook.
Matt Connors.
Collectively, we are known as Sabotage, and you are listening to Tapped Out Interviews.
Hello and welcome to Tapped Out Interviews. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin, and we're part of the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. You can follow me on Twitter at Tapped Out Lewis. And very excited today because we have not one special guest, but two very special guests today. They are the two-time UCW Tag Team Champions, the current UCW Tag Team Champions, and former Envision Pro undefeated Tag Team Champions. Please join me and help me welcome Justin Newhook and Connors Sabotage. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on, man.
Hey, how's it going, man? So, actually, before I get started, I wanted to talk about, I saw the little video that you had on Facebook, the McDonald's Burger King video where you guys were giving each other the middle finger and trying to decide, this what happens when one of us wants to go to McDonald's and one of us wants to go to Burger King. Does that really happen? You guys argue about which fast food place you're going to go to?
We argue about everything.
Absolutely.
That's what we do.
That's just who we are. We're like the same person, so of course we're going to argue.
Okay. So where do you normally go? Do you go to, I think I saw someone mention something about Wendy's. What's the favorite? Do you guys go to McDonald's, Burger King?
Wendy's is never open late, and we're trying to cut back on all that stuff anyways because we're trying to become better wrestlers, so it's kind of trying to eat that at less, but I always choose McDonald's.
But at that hour of the night, there's really not much choice. I mean, there's not much left open. There's it's just all fast food. It's all garbage. Sure. So, I don't know. You can try to eat as healthy as you can at McDonald's, but it is what it is.
I thought that was funny, man. With I don't know where you found it, but whoever was in that video, they would look like they were both really angry at each other. They just kept constantly with the finger, but that was a funny video, man. Yeah. So
there's been times where we actually stood there and flipped each other off.
Yeah.
Not over McDonald's, but different stuff.
No, I got you, man. So you're a tag team. So how did you two come together as a team? And how did you come up with the name Sabotage? I don't know if Justin, you want to take that, or if Connors, you want to go first. But I'm just curious how you guys came together as a team.
Well, Connors is better telling it this part because it was pretty much him. Because I was singles wrestling. I had about 10 singles matches at this point, and then I met him, and he can go ahead.
Yeah, so in the beginning, there's another company around here locally called TCW, and I was just doing music for them. I owned a PA system, whatever, so I just offered that up because they sounded like garbage. And that's a big deal, man. It's got to sound good. So anyways, I did that for a while. I found out there was a wrestling school in, actually there was another wrestling company called, Wrestle Center under Halifax, and and I messaged him the same thing, cause I just wanted to help out with the promotion or whatever, so I offered my services with music, and so I got in that way. My first, quote unquote, task, I guess you could call it. He rented the ring out for some commercial or a little movie.
No, it was a music video.
Yeah, a music video. And so I had to go to the locker where the ring was. And Justin was there. So I met Justin that day, and it was just like this, I don't know, we just hit it off, man. We just became instant friends. It was the weirdest thing. It's we always knew each other but never met before. So basically from that day on, he was already trained. I found out that he was going to the trainer around here, Gary Williams, was going to do another class, so I joined that. Trained. Justin had how many singles matches did you have? Say 10
or something.
Yeah, so he has his 10 matches, and then we instantly just become a tag team. It's just how it happened.
Well, there's a little bit more to it there. Sorry, you were going to say something, Lewis?
No, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, I know there was, while we were going through the motions of him getting trained, he would always come up to Moncton, and we would drive up to Moncton and help out with the company up there as well. And over time, fans would just see us together hanging out because we were friends, and would just question when we were going to wrestle as a tag team. And then a lot of the people in the back, like a lot of the wrestlers, would say the same thing, that we were so in sync with each other as just two people that just met. Why not go as a tag team? And we always loved tag team wrestling growing up. So,
yeah.
So did you guys? You said you guys clicked right. Did you click right away in the ring, or did it take some getting used to working together?
Both.
In all aspects, it was crazy. Like, like in life, like our paths in life up to that point have been like almost parallel. And then just our chemistry in the ring, like as we'd go in and train and you know, roll around and just, you know, warming up and stuff, like just messing around in the ring, like we were just, our footing was exactly the same, like our timing was the exact same, our ideas for what we wanted to do, the next step was the exact same. It was very creepy.
So were you always heels, or were you?
Yeah, we debuted as heels for UCW, and then Vision Pro brought us in as heels as well.
Okay.
And we got to have some great matches in there with Dick Durning, Chip Chambers,
Remy Petit.
Remy T was, well, we were part of a group with
We were
him.
partners with Remy, but yeah, great to work.
So we're heels for a while there, and then we just started becoming more face, because for a while we're the only tag team around here.
Legit, like tag team, you know what I mean? Like not just
like established that was just two people in a real tag team. That's what they always did.
Well,
so, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, because you mentioned that you were the only tag team. I was looking at some of your matches on YouTube, and you had some really great matches. The one that stands out the most is the ladder match against, is it DeBise, their name? The boys? DeBise. Yeah, like that was a brutal match. I mean, Connors, your back was sliced and your arm was sliced, and Justin, you went into some thumbtacks. Like, how do you prepare physically and mentally for a match like that?
When we started with Vision Pro, one of the first matches, no, it was one of our last matches. It was a 6-man street fight, and we never done anything outside of a normal tag match at that point. So we didn't know what to expect, but the guy, like our tag partner Remy, hauled us aside and just said, you've watched this plenty of times before, just do it. And we didn't understand what it meant, but as soon as we went out there, we just did what we wanted to do, and it all made sense. We prefer matches like that, I guess.
Like how how long were you guys hurting after that match? Because that was a pretty nasty slice on your arm and the back. Like, how long were you guys hurting after that?
I don't know. I didn't realize that cut was as bad. Well, I couldn't see it, so I didn't realize it was as bad as it was. But honestly, like, not trying to sound like, you know, tough guy, Mr. Tough Guy. Like, with the adrenaline from that match of something of that caliber, like doing things like that with your body, like you don't really feel it at that time. It's afterwards, it kind of felt like a little burn or whatever, but in that moment, like you really don't feel it. You know something's there, but you're kind of numb to it.
The best part about those matches, the ones that we've done so far, because we're also in like a War Games match, if you want to classify it as that, but it was, with the ladder match, it was, like, we want to go more with that. We want to extend our experience into those type of matches and go further with what we can do with those weapons. So that's something that we want to push for 2019, is not just better matches, but also to give people more holy shit moments.
Well, there were quite a few in that ladder match, and I'm sure we'll see another ladder match with you guys. But we talked about you said you guys were heels. Something I was watching on the YouTube, Justin. You said something to a fan. You I don't know what was going on beforehand, but you said I'm going to fuck you up after the show, and you were pointing right at him, and the guy stood up and like, are you worried that maybe, hey, what if this guy is waiting for you after the show and says, come on, let's go. Are you ever worried about that he's going to take you up on the challenge?
Well, that's what he's got a tag partner for.
Yeah, exactly. I can get away with saying shit like that to fans because I've got Connors, which we're both the same. We're both like 6'2". We're both over 200 pounds.
Okay.
We're very similar in stature, so I've got another me standing next to me, so I can get away with pissing off fans, and that's the best part about it.
It's fun.
And then when the best part about after that match, I said something else to him. It was an old man.
Okay.
I said something else to him that I don't know if I could say it on here, but if you go back and watch the video, you can clearly read my lips. But
it's okay. You can say it. You could say it on here if you want. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So I just told him to suck my cock.
Okay.
But like around, there was just a bunch of kids around him too, which kind of like made me whatever. I didn't really care, but you could just see their eyes go, "Oh, he just said that." But the guy tried jumping the rail, and the refs had to hold him back. He tried to come back and fight me, and I just laughed it off.
He was savage.
So what did he do to piss you guys off? Was he just heckling you?
He was just he was just being very like he was swearing in front of those kids and saying very vulgar things as we walked out. So it's okay if you can get away with that, then why can't we? Like if you're gonna try to get your attention on us, then we're gonna get it back from you.
He got a natural hate for us. He does. He hates us. It's great. But it just makes it so much easier, right? Because that old guy gets like a bunch of kids fired up. That gets the whole rest of the crowd just like, losing their shit. It's great.
Like I want to get to a point where we get stuff thrown at us in the ring, and I'll say it right now. I don't care. Okay. I want to piss people off. That's my purpose. As soon as I step foot in that ring, as soon as I break the curtain,
as soon as you break that curtain,
I want to piss everybody off there.
So I'm taking it that you prefer to be heels than baby faces.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's who we are in real life, so why not be it in the ring?
All right. Well, I think Chris Jericho said at one time it's better to be a heel because a heel you can do anything. A babyface you have to watch what you do in the ring, but a heel you can do anything you want. So, yeah,
it's much easier to get people to hate you than it is to get people to like you. But it's so much funner to get people to hate you.
There you go, man. Yeah, if I was a pro wrestler, I definitely would want to be a heel. Absolutely, for sure. Now you face many teams. I've already mentioned the Buys. There's Kicking and Stomping, Dark Side Express. Do you have a favorite team that you faced, or toughest team that you've gone against?
We had two great matches. We've had the ladder match with the Buys, and we had a TLC match that we ended up not being able to climb the ladders because we couldn't hang something from the ceiling. There's a long story there.
Okay.
But they turned it into a pin TLC match, and we put each other through hell in both of them.
Yeah. It was, and they were both like a year apart.
And Kicking and Stomping, Dave.
Kicking and Stomping are fantastic.
Shit out of each other too.
Yeah. There's a lot of good tag teams around here right now. It's all about that chemistry, man. And the guys that we've had have been fortunate enough to work with, we've had decent chemistry with to put on some pretty good matches.
Okay.
There's a lot of trust there too, man. Like a lot of the guys that we've been working with have quite a bit more experience than us. So, being able to work with them and take the good things that they've, shown us and really kind of mold it into our own and keep walking forward with it.
Are there any teams out there that you like to face? Maybe some dream matches? Maybe
TDT.
I'm sorry?
TDT.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. That's a team that I've been begging a promoter around here to have, and like at one point he said we weren't ready, which was 100% correct.
Yeah.
But we've changed our attitudes towards a lot of things and have been putting a lot of effort in, and that's something we want in 2019 is those two guys, because I respect them 100% in everything they do in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they're a great tag team. I've been catching them on Powerbomb TV, C4 Wrestling. They're amazing. That would be a great match. Yeah. You guys against
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be freaking phenomenal. I wasn't even thinking about that. That would be phenomenal as well. I was, I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking Young Bucks, but no, you just named some really, really good teams there. Hopefully that happens.
That's the two that we watch. We watch and we know that. Yeah, I'll admit it. I don't know if you will, but we weren't ready.
No, there's no way. There's no way. We were greener goose shit. We're still, we're still at a level. We're at a level now that we can start challenging ourselves quite a bit more.
Okay.
So I think 2019 is going to be a big year for Sabotage.
There you go. How did you guys come up with the name Sabotage? I don't think you mentioned that earlier. I'm just curious how you came up with the name Sabotage.
So when everybody kept telling us that, oh, you guys should be a tag team, blah 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 blah, it's like, well, I didn't like. Originally, the name Sabotage was supposed to be, when I got out of training, I was going to do this singles gimmick. It was just, my guy would be Sabotage. I don't even know, there was no background, there was nothing. I just had a name. I was like, I'll just be this Sabotage thing. But then I met Justin, and I was like, you know what, though? Sabotage. Just think about it, two dudes, we kind of look like a wall when we're standing next to each other. It just seemed like it was a good fit for the two of us. It just had, and then we found the song that in the beginning, the Cancer Bats version of Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. It fit for what we were doing at that time, and it was just. So yeah, it was supposed to be a singles gimmick. Thank God it didn't turn out that way.
Okay. All right. Well, no.
I think at a time, I wrestled once as Grayson King, or twice as with a name called Grayson King, and then started wrestling with my name Justin Newhook. It's such a bad name.
Oh man. All right. Well, actually, I was talking to Covey Christ before I came on, and he sends
backhands.
He sends backhands to the both of you. That's what he wanted me to tell you.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys had an alliance? You guys were a little faction. How did that alliance with Covey Christ begin?
Just naturally.
Naturally.
Well, just like how Sabotage yourselves formed. We hung around a lot, we trained together a lot, and people just started assuming that we were just like a group together. And
okay.
There was times that he needed help, we would help him. There's times that we needed his help and he'd help us. And yeah,
all right.
It's natural.
So Atlantic Canada has some really, really great talent out there. What are your thoughts on the Atlantic Canada scene and the talent that's out there right now?
I don't have much to compare to because I grew up in Newfoundland on the West Coast, so I only seen about 2 or 3 indie shows over the years.
Okay.
So I didn't know when I came into training 4 years ago, or 4.5 years ago, I didn't know who half these people were, only because I didn't grow up around here and I didn't know enough about it. I got schooled very fast.
Okay.
By a lot of people, and they showed me who was who. But as of right now, the talent around here is what I've been told is the best that it's been. And you've got guys like Cody
Blade.
Oh yeah, Cody Blade is
can
great.
do things in the ring that is just unbelievable.
Yeah,
Kimba.
I mean, you guys.
I love beating him up.
Oh, he's fun to throw around.
Yeah.
Maritime Wrestling right now is on an upswing. For a long time, it was very, very dark around here.
Okay.
I wasn't around here for that.
No, and in the last I'd honestly say probably in the last like maybe 5 years, 6 years.
Since we came around.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
it has really taken an upswing. Bigger crowds, good storylines. The work in the ring has just become phenomenal. Like the things that these guys are doing is blowing my mind. But still being able to tell the story, not just going out there blowing spots.
Sure.
It's great. I'm glad to be a part of it. It's a cool little area to be around. We're a good tight knit little family. We all got each other's back.
And it seems like it's very, and not protected in a bad way, but it's very, because where it's isolated itself, it's harder to get here. So the people that we have here, they have to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see a live UCW show, but I'm out here in Windsor, Ontario. I would love it if UCW would stream like on Powerbomb TV or Fight TV. That would be great. Any plans you know about that they may be streaming soon? I mean, I'd love to see.
2019 is going to be a big year for us.
Okay.
Expanding.
Okay.
So we've done one show on Twitch. And it was an experiment. It was the first time we've done it. So we're working at the bugs of it all, and we're going to expand into streaming, and then you'll be able to watch our shows wherever in the world.
That'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. A big Markus Burke fan. I love Markus Burke. The guy is just so damn talented.
He's okay.
Okay.
No, he took us under our.
He's one of our mentors.
Okay.
He's one of our best friends. Good brother. He's done a lot for us.
Yeah, he's took us under his wing and has definitely stuck his neck out for us more than once.
All right, there you go, man. So, a question for both of you. I both can answer. How did you each get interested in becoming professional wrestlers?
Childhood dream.
Okay.
Childhood dream, and it was a classic story. Watching it since I was 2. It's just one of those, and it was just one of those things I've naturally felt like I could do physically, and it's just kind of the way it turned out. I've always wanted to do it. It's just one of them things, man.
So, who were some of the guys? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I came back from a deployment, so me and my friend had some time when we were overseas, and we just watched a lot of wrestling. And before that time, I kind of fell out of watching wrestling, not because I didn't like it, I just was so busy that I couldn't find what was going on. So I lived in Halifax for 5 years before I knew there was indie wrestling going on. And then when we came back from deployment, he found the school, Wildman Gary Williams. And I said yes right away. Just went up there, seen the guys, and I said yes right away because I always wanted to do it. And I always played sports, not at like a very high elite level or anything, but I always played different kinds of sports. So I wanted to see if I was capable of wrestling as well, which I thought I was, and I guess I am.
Wow.
Okay. So who were some of the guys you guys admired when you were growing up? Like whatever did you grow up in? Was it The Rock? Was it Steve Austin? The Attitude Era?
Towards the end of like the Hogan era into everything else. So growing up, I wasn't a Hogan fan.
Okay.
I liked all the heels, and the only like good guy that I truly liked was Bret Hart.
Okay. Yeah.
I was a huge Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold. I loved Roddy Piper. A lot of those characters, more of like the real guy, kind of brawler type guys. I don't know what it is about them. They just always attracted me to that type of style.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Roddy Piper because he's my all-time favorite wrestler. I started watching wrestling in 1978. I think I might be a little older than you guys. But Roddy Piper, when he first came to the WWF and he was a heel, had Piper's Pit, he was probably the greatest heel. No one could talk like Roddy Piper, man. He was just absolute magic on the mic, man.
He's great.
That whole Hogan, the Rock and Wrestling connection, that just... just great time to be a wrestling fan back then. And
Yeah.
my dream was to
We
interview.
always said that we grew up in the wrong era.
What's that?
We always said we grew up in the wrong era
Yeah.
of everything, music and wrestling. We always wish that we were back a little time because we just wish that we could have experienced those moments like you did. Like you got to watch and see a lot of these things when they happen.
Yeah, man. My dream was to interview Roddy Piper, but unfortunately that'll never happen. But
That would be nice.
So you said music. Like, what kind of music do you guys listen to?
Celine Dion.
Really, Celine Dion?
Only.
No.
Okay, Celine Dion and Disney.
Okay, there you go.
That's all.
There you go.
That's it.
Honestly, I used to be in a couple bands. My whole family was musical growing up. So I will literally listen to anything that I find has a good beat. That could be from bluegrass to opera to the heaviest of metal you can find to to any type of rap, hip hop, R&B, reggae. I like it all. I like it all. Everything. I don't care what it is.
All right.
I'm more of a metalhead.
Okay.
So it's like he goes with all this crazy music sometimes, and I'll come home and he'll be here and playing some random stuff that I just don't understand. I don't get it. But like I'm more of a metalhead. I like metal or rock, alternative, and then some hip hop, I guess.
All right, there you go. Like Metallica, Anthrax, that type of heavy metal.
Oh my God! Right, bands. You want to go with the bands? Metallica, Slayer, Pantera.
Okay.
Testament.
Yeah, good bands there. Good bands, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So you mentioned you guys trained with Gary Williams. So what was the training like, and how did you take to the initial training? Did you find it difficult at first, or were you able to adapt right away?
Well, it definitely wasn't what I expected. I mean, it never really is because you've never done it before, so you kind of go in with like this. You see it on TV, and it can't be that bad. They do it every week, right?
Yeah.
My first bump, I saw stars, and I was like, "Shit, I have to do this again." Everyone's watching. You whip your head off the canvas, and feel like you're gonna throw up.
I luckily had a completely different experience with my bump.
Well,
my first bump was not perfect, but I felt fine. And as soon as I landed, I said, "Yep, I meant to do this."
All right. So it sounds like how long did it take until you felt you guys were ready to have your first match? Was it a couple of months?
So we train down here. It's a little different. So we train every weekend. Saturday and Sunday mornings, and then we try to get extra training in throughout the week if we could.
Okay.
But generally 6 months, not even 6 months.
Okay.
And then if he thought we were ready, he sent us out. Like my first match was in a battle royal, so I got to have the experience of being in the ring. But I was helped and guided by other people in the match.
Okay.
And there was like before some of the shows up in New Brunswick that we were attending, they put off these little like one-off matches, and like some of the boys that would
for
come
the guys,
back, for the guys. Remember that they'd come out back and up front and watch. So like I'd have a match with one of the other trainees or rookies, whoever. And and then they'd just take us out back and critique it, and let us know what was going on. So we were kind of getting like in the ring, like set up for a show type experience, but I mean, there's still people there. I almost found it worse because it's like, it's your boys watching you having a match. Like if you fuck up in front of a fan, you're like, whatever. But it's like your boys, they're going to rip you apart.
When you go back there,
yeah.
I always did it.
So it wasn't a bad way to kind of like break you into getting you kind of like quote unquote show ready, I guess.
So just take me through. You're behind the curtain. You're about to hit the ring for the first time, your first professional match. What are you guys feeling? You got like butterflies roaming around? Are you nervous as hell?
As a tag team?
No, as your first match ever. Your first matches ever.
Ever, okay.
Well, his first match ever was a tag team match with me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't think you had a singles match until about 7 months in or something.
Yeah.
But for me, I had my first match, and it was the Rumble. So it was wrestled this Grayson King, and came out with this, try to be a tough, badass guy, and I went out there and wrestled, but I wasn't nervous going through the curtain.
Because you were a badass, bro. You were a great Grayson King, man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna kick some ass.
It was just for me. I didn't care if there was people out there that were going to judge me. I've been judged all my life and get used to it. So you just go out there. I wanted to have fun. I went out there and had fun.
All right, man. I wanted to go back for a second. You mentioned Kimba a little earlier. I saw the VIP match. He was teaming with Cody Blade and two other wrestlers. I don't remember their names. And you came out. You said if there's going to be a tag team match, we're going to be involved. And you got it. But with Kimba,
the VIP. Yeah.
What's is that a Lion King gimmick he's doing, or what kind of gimmick is
Lion King was originally copied from a cartoon called Kimba.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe
something like that.
And we all were sitting around one day, and Covey Christ, we'll give him credit for all that. But he's got us to like cats. We weren't cats before. He's got cats, and we just ended up liking them. So we always joked around about Cody, because he's tiny.
And he's always been flippy and, you know, kind
always
of
lands on his feet, well, most times.
Yeah, sometimes.
And then he would, we just came up with it one day. It was just, Cody came up with all of it. We all were there, and of course he jumped right for it.
So all I'm thinking is, what would happen if Kimba goes one-on-one with Space Monkey? That would be a really interesting match.
That we want,
right? That's been talked about.
I'd love to have Space Monkey back down here, because him and Covey had a great match.
Yeah, for a Wrestle Center, I think it was a few years ago. Speaking of Wrestle Center, I know you mentioned you were with Wrestle Center. A lot of the wrestlers I've spoken to, and I'm not going to say any names, but they've had really bad experiences with Wrestle Center. What was your experience like? Did you have a bad experience with them as well? Or I know they had a lot of talent and they lost a lot of talent, but what was your experience like with Wrestle Center?
Next question.
If you want to go to the next question, that's fine. We don't have to talk about that.
No, I'm kidding. We got to experience a lot of great things by meeting a lot of great people that came in. Either be it local wrestlers that came in or more experienced talent that flew in. We always got to experience a lot of things and learn and hear stories and just sit, because at the time we were very brand new, so we would just sit in the back of the table or the back of the restaurant and hear the stories, or in the back of the locker room and just listen. They tried to be controlling when they had no right to be.
They tried to micromanage such a small independent company, and it wasn't working.
Okay.
And it failed, and it crumbled.
Yeah,
if they had to listen to a certain few veterans, we'd probably still be running today. But then who knows where anything would have been around.
There was people feeding them the information that would give them the success that they were looking for, and they just let it sail right by.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right, man. Fair enough. I was just curious. I've spoken to a number of wrestlers out there, and they all have horror stories for about Wrestle Center. I've never heard a good story.
There's a lot of great moments too, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So who would you say? I'll say besides yourselves, who would you say is the all-time greatest tag team in professional wrestling? I know who I think it is, but I would like to see. I like to hear what you guys would think.
Oh man, that's such a hard question. To be honest,
I think it's a Rock and Roll Express, but I'm not sure if you agree with me or not. But obviously by not answering, you probably don't. But I'll let you answer if you have an answer.
No, it's definitely got to be the Brainbusters.
As you're saying it, I'm looking over at Connor, shaking my head. There's only one answer.
Yeah, no, Brainbusters.
So
all the way.
Arn and Tully. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
They were great matches against the Rockers were classics, man.
Oh yeah.
Great tag team. Now I noticed. Now, IHW is another promotion out there. Guys used to wrestle for them. Do you think you'll ever go back to IHW? Is there, or are you just UCW now?
We'll wrestle for anybody that wants to bring us in to beat anybody.
Okay.
But no, we're UCW.
Okay.
That's something that they've taken chances on us that other companies wouldn't, and they've let us have a lot more freedom lately, and they're going to let us have a lot more in 2019. So we're going to be with a company that chooses to back us as well.
Okay, there you go. So I'm here in Ontario. Any chance you guys might be coming out to Ontario anytime soon? A lot of wrestling out here.
We're once for
Big time
pro wrestling.
Okay.
Wayne Kreiderman.
We went out there for a Challenge Cup. The farthest we've gone now, or for going now, is Montreal for Torture Chamber.
Okay.
And we're going back up there next weekend, actually, December 16th.
Okay, because this is a little...
But we do want to make our way to Ontario.
Yeah.
Just got to keep us on our ass, proving ourselves down here, and then hopefully we can be in contact with some companies up there that we'd love to work for.
Yeah, it's a lot of companies here. You got Smash, Destiny, AU Alpha One, C4, PWA. A lot of companies up here, and I'd love to see a live Sabotage match. So hopefully you guys will come down here, or I'd have to go up there and awesome to see you up there. But yeah, love it. If you guys do come down here, I'll be there 1,000%, man.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Actually, I wrestled last year in Destiny. Yeah. VIP, like an open dark match. Connors couldn't make it, so I teamed up with another person. His shoulder was destroyed, so he couldn't make it. So I teamed up with another guy named Michel Lant.
So which show was that? That's was it? You said it was last year.
That would have been. Yeah, it was last year. That would have been the Pete Dunne. Not a bunch of them. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't even remember the
Pete Dunne and John Morrison.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, hopefully you'll be back. I'd love it if you came back. Even Border City Wrestling here.
Every time you're at shows, just keep dropping our name.
Okay, I will, man. I will. I've been dropping Covey Christ's name everywhere. I'll start dropping your names everywhere as well.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
So what's the ultimate goal for you guys? Like New Japan, Impact, WWE. What's the ultimate goal for Sabotage?
Well, everyone's just set the bar higher than what you can get, right? So I guess the ultimate goal would be WWE. That would be at least NXT. Like NXT would be the ideal gig. I think it would be fantastic. I know where I'm at in my life physically and stuff like that. It's probably not likely that anything like that will.
He's saying he's old as fuck.
But it's but it's something to always work towards. You can know that you might not get it, but it's not worth working for.
So, yeah, for sure. We've had opportunities given to us that we didn't think we were. Not that we weren't capable of that, just stuff that we didn't earn. That we got to go up and work for NSGW a bunch of times, and they kept on bringing us in, and we just didn't understand why they were taking a chance on us. And then when Destiny wanted to bring both of us in, but ended up just being me because, like I said, he was injured, we got these opportunities that we didn't think that would happen. And when the thing set up for Torture Chamber, that was completely out of the blue, but it was one of the greatest feelings in the world getting that message. So it's whoever wants to take us, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to work for Impact, and I'd love to. ROH would be another amazing thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
company that would love to bring us in, we'd love to work for.
A lot of contracts are up at Ring of Honor apparently at the end of this month. You get I think Cody. You think just opinion, of course, only. Cody, the Bucks, and the rest of the elite. Do you think they're going to go to WWE, or think they're going to start their own promotion? Or what's your thoughts?
Man, we bicker back and forth about this daily. because I honestly have no idea. Like,
of course,
I think they're just working everybody.
It's like the greatest work of all time, and whatever is the outcome from it will be the best. If they go to NXT or WWE, they could say the whole time, yeah, that's what we told you. And then if they create their own company, then they could say, yeah, we said those things, you just didn't pay attention.
Sure.
They do such a great job on messing with people's minds.
Their play on words, and they're very cryptic, like, it's so good. It's so good.
So I stopped trying to figure it out, and I'm just going to sit back and wait.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, I think they're starting their own promotion. I don't think they're going to the WWE, but that's just my opinion. I don't.
I'll lean more towards that.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss them, of course. I love them in New Japan and Ring of Honor, but even I think Cody.
There's a point when you just got to go and do your own thing and see what you're capable of, I think.
And as I said, pro wrestling as a whole is on this upswing right now. So them doing this right now could be, like molding another part of the landscape that is professional wrestling, and it's always changing. And these guys have been doing remarkable things for the past, like, however many years you know what I mean? Like, how long? For the past, 4 or 5 years, these guys have just been on top, killing it. So for them to take that step and possibly open up their own promotion, I think it could be a fantastic thing. Like, it's just going to be another great thing for wrestling, because their minds for wrestling right now are second to none.
And they're gonna need tag teams, and of course, Sabotage, I'm sure, will be available.
Hey, you never know.
Always available to whoop some ass.
We'll be on the next Jericho cruise.
There you go, man. I wanted to go, but it just it wasn't in my budget this time. Hopefully, if they ever do that again, I'd love to go on it. I'd love to go on that cruise. Apparently, they had some.
Well, who was it? Silas Young.
Yeah.
He came here right after the Jericho cruise, and he loved it. He couldn't speak better things about it. He said it's just one of the best experiences he's had.
Yeah, well, hopefully next time we can all go, and you'll be on the card, and I'll be a fan watching. Hopefully,
we'll do a live podcast.
There you go. We'll do a live podcast on the Jericho cruise. If there is another one, let's do that. That's a plan right there.
Perfect.
All right. So what's your favorite parts about being professional wrestlers? Is it the fans? Is it being in the rings? What's your favorite parts about being a wrestler?
I think for me personally, it's just a whole mixture of everything.
Okay.
Being able to go out there and turn yourself up to a level that you really shouldn't do daily, but you get to do in front of a bunch of people and feed off that energy that you're giving to them. But now you have, 500, 600, up to 1,000 people around here at least giving that energy back to you. So it's coming at you like 1,000 times more. It's great. The interaction with the kids around here, the community, being able to, look out and see your t-shirts on a bunch of people. It's, so I guess feeling that support of your community and, people really investing in you. It's just a mixture of everything for me. I love it.
I completely disagree. It's all about us. I don't give a shit what they think about us. I'm gonna go right there. We're gonna go out there and do what we want. So.
I got it all wrong.
There you go, man. That was actually
He's trying to give them a nice PG version of, I just appreciate everybody's help. I don't give a shit. We're gonna go out there and do exactly what we want anyways, so.
Well, yeah.
That was great. That was totally unexpected, man. Was not expecting that answer at all, but that was great, man.
I love going out there, and it's the physicality part for me. It's someone hits me, and I'm gonna hit them back. There's a point to it that I just love the brute force of it all. That's what I love.
All right, well, you guys are a tag team.
You're a monster.
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. So you guys are a tag team. You ever think about maybe, ever going for a singles title, going after Markus Burke in the UCW title, or the single title, or you think you guys are just going to be a team for quite some time?
Well, see, that's a cool thing with Sabotage, because yeah, we're a tag team, but we're both individual people at the same time. So, like, singles competition is not out of the question, but we completely prefer tag team wrestling. Cause yeah, we're two separate people, but we're one unit, you know.
If the opportunity presents itself to own a singles title,
that's right.
One of us will go for it.
Absolutely.
And then who knows, we'll throw out the Freebird rule and we'll just both represent it. Because like you said, we're a unit. We don't care what it is as long as like we're together when it's happening. So if he's doing a singles match, I'm ringside.
All right. So Brian Cage is coming up. Are you guys, maybe make a little name for yourself and take out Brian Cage when he gets there?
Well, we'll see what needs to happen for that match. Okay. If anyone needs the services of Sabotage, and I'm sure we'll be there.
All right. There you go. Now, last question, and then I'll let you plug whatever you want to plug. And I think I know the answer because you guys mentioned your favorite tag team, all-time favorite tag team. It was both the same. Last question is what, if you could pick any team in the history of pro wrestling and have a dream match, who would it be? But I'm thinking it would be Tully and Arn.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's two for me. I'd love to have a grind out match with Brainbusters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd also love to have a TLC match with the Hardy Boys.
With the Hardy Boys.
And Aiden Christian.
Yeah. Oh, you want to? Okay.
What about the Dudleys? What about the Dudleys? What about the Dudley Boys?
Oh, of course. But I always found that the 4 tag team matches for TLC just never had the right feeling as the triple threat ones.
Okay, fair enough. What about the Road Warriors? That's another team. They were a tremendous team that I think would be a good opponent for Sabotage.
I'd love to.
Right.
I enjoyed them growing up. I think when they were more fading out when I got into it. So I never really got to watch their stuff.
All right, man. Well, I'm out of questions, man. So if you guys want to plug anything, if you have t-shirts, any upcoming matches, now this will probably air upcoming Tuesday. So if you have a match coming up between now and Tuesday, it'll probably have happened already, by the time this airs. But if you want to plug anything, social media, I'll leave it to you guys, man. Plug away.
We've got a match coming up now for a Torture Chamber triple threat match for the NWA Tag Team Championships.
Okay.
Again, it's Team Tight and the Bone Collectors. So that's something we've really been looking forward to. And we love triple threat matches because there's no rules. And
no rules,
as we say, when there's no rules, Sabotage always wins.
There you go.
As for the 2019, there's bookings, but they're not fully confirmed for the dates. But whatever shows that UCW have coming up will be on them. And then there's future talks with a couple other companies outside other times as well. So we'll just see in 2019.
All right, and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Social media, what do you want to do? You want to do Justin _ Newhook 87 for Instagram?
Yeah. I'm Connors RM.
Connors.RM.
Connors.RM. Sorry. I don't even know my own Instagram.
And then we've also got the Sabotage Tag Team on Instagram. We're trying to put more work into that.
Okay.
And with Twitter, you actually got us into Twitter more because we've never really used it a lot. So we're trying to get our Twitter usage and followers up more there. I believe it's also Sabotage Tag Team 4.
Yeah. Or you can follow me at Connors8Matt.
All right.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, man. Like in terms of T-shirts, is there any way if somebody wanted to get a Sabotage T-shirt, is there a way they could?
If they want to get a Sabotage T-shirt, they can get in contact with one of us on Facebook right now.
Okay.
At some point, once we get more followers
and order and stuff,
following, we can get T-shirts on websites. But as of right now, it's just give us a message and we'll work something out.
All right. Well, I got you on now. How much do you charge? I take a large. So how much?
$20. We got $20 for our shirts. We've got right now. We've got male size ones.
Okay.
That
the Skyline.
The Skyline Halifax with us on them. It says Sabotage, and then we've also got the hot tag ones for women. but they only come in extra small to medium.
Okay. Well, there you go. There you go, man. Well, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today.
It's been a lot of fun. This is something that we'd like to do more. We'd like to continue these things, so really appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure. Anytime you want to come back, just contact me on social media, and you guys are welcome back anytime. But it was a pleasure today.
We're not going to contact you. You're going to have to contact us.
Okay, well, you know what? I'll send you, what I'll do is I'll send a weekly message asking if you guys are interested in coming back. So I'll message you.
That sounds good.
Okay, man. No, but,
all right, man.
So, again, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here, and we'll definitely do it again real soon. And I will contact you. I promise. I'll contact you. So this has been Tapped Out Interviews. Again, I want to thank my guests, Sabotage, Justin Newhook, and Connors. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. And stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.